Hello everyone. Today I'm going to do a video. I haven't done one of these before, and so I thought that it might help me learn and maybe share a little bit with you guys. I'm going to re-pour this 12 by 24 canvas. It just didn't come out the way I liked it. I know these cups are a little bit large for what I want to do, but I wanted to do 3 separate pours of some, reds and oranges and, blues and greens. I've mixed, I'm trying to get rid of some paint I have mixed up, so I have a slew of colors here, and most of them are either Artist Loft or Liquitex Basics mixed with some Floetrol, and then I've just gone through and dripped a few drops into each color of silicone, which I got at Walmart in the automotive section, I believe. Let me mix this up a little bit before I start layering my cups. What I think I'm going to do, well, I don't know, we'll just see, because some of these paints have been sitting here a while, so they may be a little thick. But anyway, I'm going to have fun. As part of my setup here, I have just a work table with a dollar store tablecloth. I've put down some puppy pads. I know that some people really like that, and on top of that I have some parchment because I wanted to see what ends up on the paper, if I want to save that or not. On the floor in front of my desk I have a rubber backed drop cloth because this is my craft room in my basement and I don't really want to ruin the carpet. I've got this great IKEA rolling cart, which I don't think will get into the frame, but that's where all my paints are, my bottles of paints. I had mixed my paints up in some of these condiment bottles, and so that was just trying to empty some of those out. So I'm left-handed, so I'm gonna start over here on the right to mix my color, or pour my colors. I've stirred them up pretty good. I'm just gonna layer. I'm probably gonna overkill because yellows and oranges and reds kind of take over if you're not careful. And what I've heard is you want to layer lights against darks so that they don't get too muddy. This is a little thick, it might be too much. But we will see how this does if I put them together. The other thing is if my paints are too thin, they get muddy too, so these are a little bit thicker. They may not be quite what we want, but we'll see. These colors are normally a little out of my comfort zone anyway. Some of them anyway. So no harm if I don't, I can just redo this one later if I don't like it, or throw it away. It wasn't a very expensive canvas. I hope to post other videos too. I like to do other kinds of crafts and cooking and stuff, so I'm going to just make this a channel for that. I haven't decided on a name. I mean, I will by the time I get this posted. Feel free to subscribe and comment and give me some feedback on what you see me doing wrong, or if you know of a better way to do it. I'm always happy to improve. This is probably way more than I needed to put in there. I kept talking. So let me set that aside for a second. Oh well, you know what I'll probably do is, I don't know, I filled that cup awful full. Yeah. Okay, so maybe this one. I was only going to do a couple layers. That's what happens. I like this size cup when I'm going to do something like this because then I don't overfill it, because this is a lot of paint. So I'll have to think about what I want to do with that. I didn't scrape out the bottoms of those cups because I realized I filled them too full. Normally I'll just scrape them out. What I'll probably do is just pour, well, I wanted to do a flip cup. Okay. I'll have to think about that. What did I do? Let's see, this is probably about what I need for what I was using. You know, I'm just gonna go with it. Yeah, some of these are a little thick and have some air bubbles in them, but I kind of do want this paint to coat this board. I've seen people pour on top of previously painted ones without gessoing over them again. And I figured with this, I probably could get away with that. But I may not. But I'm not going to learn if I don't try. Break a few things. Mess a few things up. Let's see. So definitely the oranges and the yellows, I'm going to have to run some of that off somehow. Okay, so I've got my 3 cups. And I was thinking I would have, do this section and then just do a flip cup over the, let me get some of this stuff out of the way. Then you dump the paint over, it's kind of fun. But that's why I have all this stuff out, to kind of get to that. I also have a trash can with a good plastic lighter in there, right at my feet. Alright, so getting a little bit better at being patient. And see, that's going to just run everywhere. I'm going to have to do something about that. So what I'm doing now is just letting stuff come down out of the cup all the way. And the silicone will go all the way through. I like that over here. This is going to be interesting. It's going to be fun, though. I'm going to have some fun with it. I'm going to try to encroach a little bit on the yellow over here. Okay, so I can see the bottom of the cup, so I think I'll go ahead and, oops. think I should also post my fail videos. Because if I do that, then everybody else will know that it's okay to mess up. So the next thing you want to do is let that rest for a second, because the bubbles have got to pop. I mean, I just stirred everything up a couple of times, but man, it's sure kind of cool to look at the inside of the cups to see how all those things look. I think I'm going to like that. Something else I like to do is, I get paint everywhere when I do this. So yes, I'm wearing this apron, but I also have spare rubber gloves in my pocket here so that I don't, and I usually have a wet rag, but of course this time I didn't get one of those. So I'm going to torch this for a second, just a little bit, to see if it will, to pop some bubbles and to get if it'll work, because this is kind of a cheap one. But you got to be careful when you pop bubbles not to, see, this is kind of persnickety. You don't want to burn the paint, so you want to just lightly hit it. I have kind of scorched the paint before. And you definitely don't want to rush this. I tend to be in a big hurry on stuff, so let's see if I can torch over here a little bit. There's some more bubbles. Okay. This green, I'm not normally a green person, but I really like the way that's coming out. Okay, so let me try to tilt this. And because I have so much reds, I'm probably going to go let that run off. To let this run off the other side yet. Okay, something I'm not real good at yet that I'm practicing on is when you tilt one way, and then you tilt back to center, and then you tilt the other way. Okay, let's let that sit for a second while I think about this. And holding the canvas, you want to try to hold underneath it. Yeah, I got plenty of paint here. Trying to tilt this back to center. I think I did definitely goof. It's not quite doing what I wanted it to, but I'm kind of enjoying it. I hope you can see that. I'll have to look at this later because I can't really see the camera from where I'm at. And I'm not following my own instructions, am I? Shifting everything back to center. Not a lot of cell action going on here. Let's see. Need to tilt a little more. Get some more of those corners. Sorry. Now I know why people turn the canvas around. I'm really tall, so I don't have to, I don't typically do that, and I thought it was because people were shorter. Sorry, folks. Check these edges before and try not to check the edges while I'm dripping my hands over the painting. Most of them I got fairly well. I got most of the, oops. Some people use big, gigantic push pins to hold their canvas up. I'm using these little cups I got from the Dollar Tree. It's actually kind of cool. The other reason why you want to try to get everything to come back to center is because you don't want to overstretch your cells. So I've got some great cells that popped up. Let's see here. Let's see, this is where the extra gloves are nice. And I just dripped on my drop cloth too, which is awesome. So I'm gonna let that sit here for a second. And I need to pop a few more bubbles that I see. I don't know if you can see them or not. Probably not. I'm gonna torch this, see if anything else comes up. But this was definitely a fun one. I think I know what I would do different next time. Definitely not use the big cups. Because I chatted too much. Didn't pay attention. All right. I think I'm liking that. Here's a close-up of what we got. I really like the cells in here. Of course, I really love blues. But I love how that swirled together, the reds and everything. And then there's some really cool layered cells over here. So I think I'll let this dry, and then I can show you some other things that I've done. Here is a tabletop that I've been working on. I did this a few weeks ago, or a couple weeks ago. It was just something I got from a garage sale, and one of the fun things that came out of that was this bird. I have no idea how that happened, but that was kind of fun that that showed up. So I think I'm going to resin this in a couple more weeks, mostly because if you can probably see at some of the angles that the veneer kind of buckled a little bit, or in places it just kind of rippled, and I wonder if maybe some resin will cover that up or make it invisible. But thanks for watching, and so that's the tripod. That's why I can't see what you guys see, so I'll have to think of a better setup maybe. But anyway, thanks for watching.